Hey, Mike, can you hear me now, buddy? Apparently, I had an audio issue. I'm not sure what is going on. It's just ridiculous how that's working out. Can you hear me now? Because I got an active mic. I've got good signal through Starlink. I don't see where we're having an issue with sound. 10-4, perfect. Folks, again, hey, uh, you gotta love modern technology. Perfect. Thank you, sweetheart. I got my wife telling me too that all is good. All right, so folks, for those of you joining me for the first time, today, we are replacing a prop on my outboard 60 horsepower EFI type outboard motor for the boat here. The old one had to come off. We've had some significant damage done to it over the time. Yeah, folks, I'm telling you, it was bad. I'm actually surprised that it got me anywhere, but I'm glad to be saying that we're going to be replacing it. This was the old one. As you can tell, this has been chopped up pretty darn good. I mean, it's hit some rocks. It's hit some things out in the water. And I mean, it's just been beat the crap out of it. So unfortunately, yeah, fortunately, I'm able to go ahead and get a brand new one installed on it today. Real happy about it. So I guess we could consider this live going to be prop replacement 101 since I've never done this before. This will be my very first time on this specific motor here. Any motor for that fact, for the boat that I've actually have to replace it. So today is where it's going to be. So this one's been pretty banged up. I'm going to show you the new one that I got. Pretty excited about it. It's a really nice one. It's going to be replaced with this beauty right here. This is the one that's going to replace that old beat up prop. This beautiful, beautiful brand new one. So pretty excited about it. This is definitely going to give me a little bit more speed on the water per se, because I was losing a lot of the inertia due to the actual old prop not working the way that it should. So again, pretty excited to get this thing on board and start it up. So with that being said, we're going to do that. I just removed the old housing unit a moment ago before I came live. And the thing with that too is that I'm going to be reading this because I've never done it before. So I'm going to be reading the step-by-step instructions. Step-by-step instructions on this one. So with that being said, we have the new lock nut connector that will keep that thing from spinning. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. Yeah, we are definitely changing the old one out, my friends. Changing the old one out. Now this one's going to go that route. Where is that old one? It did come out. I'm sure it did. Oh, there it is. Yeah, boy, that's pretty gnarly how that worked out like that. You can tell this has had some wear and tear on it. So we're definitely going to be changing that one out also with a brand new one. Look at the wear and tear on that bad boy. Done, done, done. So with that one, we're getting a brand new one of these, which this is a one of these lock bolts that keeps it from spinning, which is going to be nice. Got that replaced with a brand new one right here. A new lock nut. That's how that's going to go. It's going to be perfect for it. And the other side of the piece that I need to connect put the prop into play. So we're going to be good there. Happy about that. But again, I will be reading this stuff because I've never done it before and we're about to learn it right now. So folks, bear with me as we go embark upon this challenge. All right, so as you can see, we got the spindle pretty much all cleaned up. It's looking good. Got it all cleaned up, looking good. Doesn't look like there's any damage to that section there. The housing unit looks pretty intact. No damage or leakage out of there, which is a good thing. They say that if you have anything like that, that's something to be concerned with. So I'm happy that I'm not dealing with that issue right now. All right, so first things first, we've got that on board. We're going to actually, put the thrust washer on the propeller shaft. The washer should be made properly with the taper, grease the propeller shaft. So it looks like that this one should go on first. Kind of curious on how that works. Oh yeah, Mike, I definitely got that. Definitely going to be greasing that up. 100% sure. Instead of buying the whole package of it at the marine shop, the young lady works there gave me some for free. It normally runs about $13 a tube. And she says, why buy that when I'll just give you some for free? Hey, greetings from St. Petersburg. How are you? Don't know how to say your name, but thank you for joining the channel today. I appreciate that. So that's how that one's going to work, Mike. You know what? That's interesting. Holy cow, guys. You know what? I just realized something. This must have been on there for a long time. Because if you look at this new one here, how it has that lip right here, how it has the raised portion here, when you look at the old one, it's non-existent. It's non-existent. Holy cow. That tells me something right there, eh? All right, so first things first. Bear with me, folks. Like I said, I'm going to be reading a lot of this. Somebody's asking, Ayanna is asking why? Why? Well, I have to replace the prop because the old one is pretty banged up and beat up pretty bad. So it was definitely time to replace it out. It was causing me to have issues with getting speed and everything else. So it's definitely time to replace it. Okay, that's going to go that direction. So that I understand. That's going to go this way. But I'm trying to figure out how this one goes on. Bear with me here for a second, folks. Now, the part that it's showing me, the thrust washer, looks like that's going to be the last one that goes on. No, actually, it's not. Oh, you know what? I think the thrust washer goes on first, if memory serves me right. That's what it looks like. That's the way it looks like it goes on. So we're about to find that out. So I'm kind of wondering if that doesn't, yeah, okay, I think that goes on like that first. It has to, because that's the only way that'll work. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this first. Huh? Really? Thought it would go all the way down. I guess it doesn't. Okay. I'm going to do what we call a dry fit real quick to make sure how things work before I actually go ahead and full board install. Take your time and do it right for the first go. Indeed, Mike, indeed. I'm going to do a dry run real quick just to make sure I'm doing it right. I'm kind of wondering here. It looks like, oh, you know what? I think that needs to go in deeper. Yeah. Okay, I think it was like that. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, and then that would go like this again. Okay. Then I believe this would go on next. Again, folks, this is just a dry run. I'm not going to do anything that I'm not familiar with yet. I just want to make sure I'm getting it properly done. Okay. And then this would go on this, which would be like so. And then this would attach. Ah, okay, so this is going to go on this way. So that's how that would connect. Now, what's interesting is that it almost seems to me that, here, let me show you real quick. The concern is the gap here. I don't recall seeing that, so that's something I need to figure out if that needs to be done differently. So I'm going to be working with that. So I kind of understand the concept of now. What I might do too is take off the old piece and try and refit to see how it worked out before I, go the whole 9 yards with it, because I want to make sure that I'm not doing it improperly. This is what's going to get me on the water, guys. So I want to make sure I do this right. Now, the thing I'm curious about is that when I put this piece on, it does not go all the way on to the shaft flush. And I don't know if it's supposed to or not. It stops at a certain point and then it doesn't. And I don't think it goes the other way. Then again, I could be wrong. Now, even that way, it would be, well, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try and see what it does. So I've kind of reversed everything around to see how it's going to go. I'm not lubing anything up yet because I need to make sure I'm doing it properly. Ah, there we go. So that does make sense. All right. Perfect. Yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense now. So what I did was I ended up having to reverse the initial spacer unit in order for it to set flush. And now when I reversed it, it sits flush, which I think is perfect. Okay, that's how that's going to work then. Folks, again, like I said, it's trial by error. I'm learning everything for the first time. So not a bad thing when you're getting it, though, Not a bad thing when you're getting it. Let me see if I can bring this down here a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. There we go. There we go. Now, let's see here. Can we see that prop okay? Yeah. Maybe just a wee bit more. I'll be honest with you, folks. Today I was actually thinking about going out and doing some fishing, but it's been rather slow here where we're at, and not much is biting. I mean, things are starting to come around a little bit, which I'm pretty excited about. The weather's starting to warm up a little bit here, but overall, though, we're still not quite there yet. I'm really excited to get this thing up and running as far as getting the prop put on all that, because I know, as I call it, March Madness, because our bass out here is starting to pre-spawn by that time. And a buddy of mine says I think he went out to, my friend Jim says he went out to the lake this morning and saw very little movement, but did see a decent sized carp, a cat, and maybe one bass, but nothing was really biting or hitting. So it's just, it is what it is so far. But overall, though, not a bad deal, not a bad deal. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off real quick and I'm going to lube up this whole area. A huge shout out to a person that I know who works at the marine store, Bobby. She's amazing. Again, I said earlier that she basically had hooked me up with this type of grease type material here, the marine grease, to get it going here. Well, I can't believe that what that looked like. Now, I don't want to do it too much, but on the same token, I don't want it to be dry either. You know what I'm saying? I got to be honest with you. Learning to do this the first time is really exciting, but it gives it a little bit of unnervingness because of the fact is that you don't want to screw it up, on the same token. But the reality is I'm a firm believer. If I don't do it, I'll never learn it. So I don't know. That's just my thought process. Everybody may think differently, but that's what I think, You got to start somewhere, right, folks? You got to start somewhere. All right, so we'll hit that off there. It looks like we've got enough on there. We'll go ahead and tighten this up for some other use potentially. Now, some people that I've seen watch videos on this, they were using torque wrenches. I don't have a torque wrench. I'm just going to basically do it tight as far as snug, the way I feel it should be. Obviously, it wasn't as tight when I took it off. I was actually kind of surprised that it wasn't tighter than it was. So, yeah, that was one of those issues where it didn't take much to turn it. And I'm thinking in all reality, maybe it's a good thing that I actually did get this up and going finally, not realizing that it was that loose. But again, that could have a lot to do with the fact too that the prop was actually, when it got hit, it may have caused some issues with that too. So we're going to go with that route. So now we're going to place the first spacer on there. Okay, we're going to line it up with the splines. We're going to take it all the way back down. Holy cow. All right, well, hang on a minute. We're just going to end up doing this and putting it back on there. I'm not going to waste this. It's an awful lot. I'm not going to waste this. Hey, sometimes you just got to get your hands dirty, right? That's what it's all about. Just getting in there and getting your hands dirty. You know, it smells actually kind of good. It really does. I actually like the smell of it. It smells pretty good. Y'all might think I'm weird, but I'll tell you what. There's certain things that I like the smell of, and gas is not one of them, but I love the smell of diesel. I love the smell of gosh, what is that? Certain type, like not jet fuel, but some other type of fuel that I actually like the smell of it. I love the smell of this. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird like that. All right, I think we're good there. We're good there. All right, so we're going to put that first, oh, we've already got that one put on. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cinch that all the way back down like that. All right, next thing's going to be the actual prop itself. Here comes the beauty right here. I'm going to line this bad boy up. Now, I've been doing a lot of YouTube watching on it, so they say that your motor, your gears actually should be in neutral when you're doing this. That's why I put that block of wood on it earlier, if you didn't get a chance to see it, when I was actually trying to untighten the bolt itself. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. It's got a good, nice little seal on that bad boy. Perfect. All right. Then we're going to take this secondary spacer and we're going to apply this one now here. Give me a second here, folks. Somebody just reached out to me here. It says, the catfish should be picking up now that it's starting to warm up. Alan, I 100% agree on you. They are, they should be indeed picking up. You're correct on that one, my friend. All right, that's in there like that. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, the biggest I caught so far on a cat, I believe, was almost 7 pounds. So I'm pretty excited about when they're going to start picking up and doing their due, you know. Now we're going to end up putting this unit on, which goes over the secondary spacer that we did. And if you notice on here, let me show you real quick, folks. For those of you who have done this before, I do apologize if I'm boring you. I don't mean to, but it's kind of like my first time. So I'm pretty excited about sharing it. So this unit here, you see the two dimples that pop out here, these top two ones? That's where these are going to sit in like that. It's going to basically sit right down in there like that. There, like so. Then we're going to take this lock washer, or nut, I should say. Then we're going to actually attach and take it all the way down. Now, with that being said, I'm going to have to put the board back into it because I need to tighten this down. So, board in play, like so. Going to reverse the socket to tighten her up. The size socket that I'm using is a deep 15-16 socket. That's what it called for. So we sure don't feel like it's sitting in there properly. I wonder what's going on here. There we go. All right. Now I'm not going to crank on it too tight, but on the same token, I want to make sure that it is on there. Come on, let go. Let go. Come on, let go. Now, it looks like it might be on there. I don't think I really need to tighten it up much more than that. So, who we got falling in here? From East Tennessee here. James Chambers, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining the channel today, buddy. So, maybe just a tiny bit tighter, but not much more, because I don't want to make it super tight. It's just basically hand tight only. There. It's about right there. So, we're good with that. We're definitely good with that. Now, the next step that we're going to do is on these here, I want you to take these here and I want to pop these up. Now, I wonder if I want to loosen it up a little bit, just a tiny bit. Beginning to see something that I'm not sure is proper or not, but we'll see. I don't think those are supposed to bend like that. They may be too tight. So we're going to loosen up a little bit. There. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, okay, not a problem. We can do that. And then we're going to take these and fold these flaps over to seal the actual, to seal this over. It's a tiny bit tighter, not much though. Yeah, perfect. Dead center where I want it. All right, perfect. I'll keep that other one as a backup, just in case. You never know. Bear with me here, like that. Now, what they say we should do now is to take these and put them down flush, like so. Now, these are basically designed to keep the actual nut from loosening. There. Just a couple of taps on those. And folks, that's pretty much how it ends up, just like that. The new unit is on, and it should be ready to go. Maybe a couple taps here and there, but overall, though, I think it's ready to go. That's it. Done deal. Well, folks, if I say so myself, I think that came out pretty good. Not bad time for a first time doing it. All reality, I think it came out pretty good. Let's see here. Gonna bring you guys up a little bit here so I can see what's going on in the conversations today. Let's see here. Hey, Tony, how are you, buddy? Glad you could join the channel today, my friend. We are actually setting up the new prop. Needed to get a new one on because, whew, boy, it's warm out here. All good, though. All good. Didn't take long at all, actually, even set this up either. It's kind of surprising how fast it really went. Because normally, oh, Tony, we're doing really well today. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well too, my friend. Uh, it did not take me as long as I thought it would, folks, to actually get this new prop put on. Again, I think because it was new and I've never done one before, I had a little bit of anxiety, not anxiety, but a little nervous about doing it improperly. Stacy, how are you? Thanks for joining. I'm learning more and more that I get actually involved with the boat mechanics and things like that. I get a little bit more comfortable with it. Again, my logic is this way. As long as you don't blow the motor up or you do something catastrophic that will cause a major fail on your engine or your motor, it's not something that can't be fixed or dealt with in a sense. Again, this is being, brand new to this motor here, working on it that I have. So far that I've done this, since you guys have been with me, because I've been talking about it for a while, is I've done the oil change on it. I've done the lower gear casing oil gear chase on that. I've been cleaning that out. I've done brand new spark plugs, new fuel filters, and now brand new prop today. So yeah, it's every time I tackle the situation with the boat itself, I'm learning something new all the time. And it's just one of the things that you learn as you go. So, I mean, overall though, man, this thing's my baby, got to clean her up. She's kind of messy because she's been sitting for a little bit. We did have her out not too long ago, and did have her on the water because we wanted to make sure that we were getting that whole situation done with the actual old fuel taken care of, which I'm glad to say that it's, if I had to give it a percentage on it, I would probably say that it was probably close to, I had to say, close to about 95% ready to go. So, but yeah, she's up and ready to go, man. I've got, see, I need to get 2 more seats for back here because this boat technically can sit 4 comfortably, which is nice. For being a 16-foot little vessel, it's not a bad boat at all. 2 front seats were replaced. The front seat up here had been replaced because the heat out here had just totally destroyed it. It didn't even have to be out in the sun, and it just totally destroyed the seating capacity, which I thought was kind of sad. But yeah. So here, let me see something real quick here. I'm going to turn this around real super quick. There we go. Oh yeah. So, ouch. Well, that hurt. That really hurt. Try not to step on my downriggers. I end up falling over them almost. So, nice thing about this thing is that it is, I believe I am the second owner of this boat, as I stated earlier. We've had her a few times out in the years that I've owned her, but it sat for the longest time, and that was probably my fault for sure. But I'll tell you, man, we're getting ready to get this thing up and going. I'm pretty excited. It's pretty dusty because, like I said, we do get a lot of winds out here. For those of you who know the Arizona area, you know that we get really a lot of wind out here. So sometimes that's unavoidable. The console's pretty cool. It's got the depth finder, the depth fish finder and all that good stuff. It's got the entire panel that lights up. It's got the 2 seats here and all that. See, good looking little boat. What kind of gas do you put in it? I do the 87. Tony, I do the 87. I was thinking about going on no octane, but I'm not sure if this type of motor would be okay with that. I don't want to start putting something in there that it may cause issues later. I'm real funny about it after having to work on the boat like I have. So yeah, I'm real kind of protective of it, I guess. You got the 2 seats here. You got your captain's seat. You got your passenger seat there. 2 seats are going to go in the back there. Okay, I've got the center pole hole there for the secondary fishing seat. What I'm thinking about doing for that secondary piece right there is I'm thinking about mounting. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. Either there or maybe one of these smaller hole units here. I've got to figure out a way to mount my Starlink system because when I go in the water, that's what's going to be giving me the service that I need so I don't lose anything. And again, you got your windshield, all that good stuff. Got the horn. I've got a Lowrance fish finder, depth finder, and it's actually a pretty nice one. I mean, it's not high tech, but it serves me well. I mean, it does depth, it does water temp, it has the ability of doing multi-split screen or whatever the case may be. It does GPS. I mean, it does it all. I mean, I'm still learning a lot about it. So again, with that being said, I'm learning that as I go. I actually need to take a fish finder 101 course. I installed the actual fishing rod holders there some time ago. Would like to put another another 4 unit one in somewhere. Don't know where yet, again, but I mean, I installed that some time ago. These actually, these actually came with the boat too. These are additional pole holders, which I think is amazing. We use them all the time. Fishy things. Thanks for joining, my friend. So, hey, thank you so much, Fishy Things. I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. Folks, everything that I do for this channel will be for the channel and only the channel. So a lot of upgrades eventually will come out as I do it. And yeah, so replace the seat. Now on this unit here, this is the Minn Kota, the co-pilot. This is the original one that came with the boat. Okay. It kind of bums me out, but the reality is it doesn't really affect much on what I do. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's not one of those issues where it's detrimental. I mean, maybe one day when I do have the ability of actually upgrading one day, yeah, maybe. But overall, this thing has served me really well. Now the anchor, I love this anchor system because the fact is it is electronic. The only thing I had to do with this electronic anchor here was I actually had to replace the actual rope that was in it. The original one was pretty worn and frayed out, and it probably been in it for some time. So I actually went out and purchased the same diameter marine gray rope and then did the amount that I had pulled out of it. I can't remember how much I put in it. It was either 75 feet, 100 feet. I can't remember, but whatever it was I replaced it at, that's what I did. And this thing has been phenomenal for me, phenomenal. Some things I might eventually want to change out. I may eventually want to change this out as far as the connection strap for the boat. Starting to wear a little bit fray right there, but I mean, so far it's not doing bad. Definitely want to switch that out because I'm starting to have that wheel to where it's starting to cant to one side. So I'm probably going to end up replacing that entire unit and putting on a brand new one, probably a more heavy duty one. And then again, the spare tire and all that good stuff. So really, in all honesty, folks, I really don't have much to complain about. This boat has been spectacular for me. I have no complaints whatsoever on how it's performed while it's been in the water. So, you know, I'm real fortunate to have that. There we go. There we go. So, oh, you know what? Another thing I'm excited to do here coming up, because there's going to be times that I may not want to take the boat out, which will probably never, because I will always want to take it out once I get this thing up and running. This will be my main two go-to. But if I'm like want to do a quick run to maybe to a certain part of the lake or even certain parts of the river here in Arizona where I'm at, I'm going to take out these. These things are actually set up for fishing already. I do have the actual fishing posts that go here for your pole holders. I've got two here that can keep the pole holders when you're actually getting to location, and then pop one of these in here to where when you're ready to fish, you can put your pole holder in there. I've got two of them. I got this one here for me and that one there for my wife. Or if maybe somebody that, you know, wants to go fishing with me, kayak fishing with me, one day we'll have two of them that can go with us. I mean, these things are really good. These, they've been out for a little bit. I mean, they're not new. We've probably had them about 6-7 years. Folks, I will tell you, the very first time that I ever heard about these types of kayaks, some really good friends of mine, which are my in-laws, they actually had them. They weren't really fishing geared with theirs, but the ones that they had, they impressed me so much that I told my wife, I go, you know what, we need to get kayaks. Especially if we're here by the lake or by the river, we really need to have a way of being able to get out there on the water, even if it's just casual cruising and not really fishing for the most part, but casual cruising. And you know what? We literally drove, I believe it was almost 4 hours away from where we live to go find these. We found these in a town called Pahrump, Nevada. Now, folks, Pahrump, Nevada is not a town that is super big on the map. It's like a blip on the map per se, but there's a lot of really interesting history out there, a lot of history from way back in the Wild West. Maybe I'll do a video of that one day about what Pahrump, Nevada is all about. But I mean, it's a small little town. But we were able to pick up these two kayaks at Tractor Supply. And I believe at the time they were retailing for about $3.50 a piece or so. But if you know me, like a lot of you who love to fish and like being on the water, you got to have them. And we ended up just literally making it like an 8-hour trip. Went there, had lunch, picked him up, and drove all the way home all within one day. So it actually worked out really cool. So had these on the river a few times. I will tell you one experience that I had with the river was, and again, it's not to scare you, but just keep in mind that the river at times can be very what's the word I want to use? Commanding. That would be the best way to put it. So we were out doing a little bit of a jump. Me, my son, and my wife, we were out there just kayaking on the river, right? We went across the river to the Nevada side to have lunch and such. But we're literally on the water, and as we're coming back towards the Arizona side, well, the main river area, if anybody's familiar with it, they have that main speedway where boats go back and forth as fast as they can. And it gets to be pretty hairy at times. It really can. But I knew that boats might be coming. So I'm just hauling butt as quick as I can with my paddles to get to the other side, on the Arizona side. Well, again, keep in mind, I was brand new to kayaking. I've never done it before. So lesson learned. What ended up happening with me, I thought, well, if I get next to probably the pontoons that are stowed there by the actual docks, I'd be safe. Little did I know that the river was moving so fast that day that I literally went under the water twice with the kayak. Okay, it literally dragged the kayak under the water. It went up underneath the pontoon. I went up underneath the pontoon twice. And I'm sitting there hanging on to dear life. And I'm like, I'm not letting this thing go. I just bought this thing. I'm not letting it go. My son's like, let it go. It'll float. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm not letting it go. Well, what ended up happening was that thank goodness the homeowner was there, was able to come out and help out. Literally, I had the death grip on that kayak. I was not letting it go to save my life one way or the other. But all ended well, as you can see, because I'm here and both kayaks are here. Yeah, it was pretty scary, but the reality is you learn from it. I'm very respectful of the water, whether it's on the lake or the river. I'm very respectful. But on the same token, I definitely take precautions now by wearing the life vest and doing everything else I need to do to practice water safety. But overall, man, it was one heck of an experience. And as I always tell my wife, it's an adventure. That's just how we do it. So again, with that being said, eventually I would like to do some modifications to this because eventually I would like to take it out night fishing. I just recently found out that you can do battery powered lights that can go the red and green on the front and then the white ones on the back, which I thought was kind of cool. Excuse me. So probably going to end up doing both of those. That way either me and the wife can take it out if she wants to, or if a friend of mine, wants to take it out fishing with me one day. And we're out fishing probably early evening into the night. Won't be far, but there's an area that we can fish, like a little cove area that you can actually launch and take back up on land, put it back on the vehicles and drive them home. So again, overall though, man, this is why, gosh, I'm getting more and more excited about this because now I know I'm putting all this work and effort into getting this boat up and running. I'm actually excited to get out there and make some content for you guys because one, it gets me out there fishing. Two, I love doing it. Barbie says, I remember that day. It was pretty scary. Yes, it was very scary. It was very scary. And I'll tell you, folks, I'm a grown man. I am a grown man, but I'll tell you what, I panicked. I did panic because my biggest fear is drowning. As a little child, I remember I went under the water and I'll never forgot that. That's why I have such a respect for the water. Yeah, if the winds are blowing, I'm not on the water. I mean, some people may laugh and say, well, this and that. Well, I look at it this way. Everybody has a degree of comfortability. Okay. If I feel it in my gut that it's not safe, I won't do it. Because one, I don't want to lose my boat. I don't want to lose any of my equipment. I don't want to lose anybody that's on the boat with me. And I surely don't want to end up losing my own life. So again, I'm very cautious about it. But like today would be a perfect day. I mean, it's beautiful out. I'd have no problem taking the boat or the kayak out. So, but overall though, that's just probably how I roll like that. I'm very cautious on it. But again, a lot of opportunities out here in Arizona where we are. A lot of adventures that we can go on, especially once this boat is up and running. Either the boat here or the kayak itself. Going to be a lot of adventures, man. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to name the channel Arizona Outdoors, because there is so much to see and do out here. I mean, there really is. I did a video not too long ago for those of you who may have caught it. It didn't get a lot of views, which, I mean, I get it. I mean, some people may not be into the off-road stuff like that. But again, my wife and I, we talked about it, and my wife is like my biggest encouragement to the channel other than you folks, because you guys are also, because you guys get me out there. You guys and my wife make me want to go out there and do better. You want to make me go out there and create better content and more adventures out there. And I appreciate that, you know. Ultimately, you know, I want this channel to succeed because I want it to be enjoyable for you guys, you know. And if we can live that adventure doing the videos and such, or even the lives, I'm all about that. Like I said, that was one of the reasons why I named this channel Arizona Outdoors. But again, pretty excited now that that's just one more thing off the boat list that's been taken off. Okay, the motor is almost done. I believe probably just a couple more tweaks and such that may need to be done, and then we'll be good to go on it. But now that that prop is on, yeah, it's going to be out on the water real soon, real soon. My wife, she'll kind of look at me, no, I promise you. Sweetheart, I know you're watching. I promise you the boat's going to be on the water soon. You have my word on that. My wife gave me that ultimatum one time. You don't ever use this to sell it. I'm like, no, we're going to get out there and we're going to do it. We got content to make, folks. We got adventures to go on. So anyway, let's see here. Oh, yeah. I've been actually kind of picking up on a lot more stuff. I've been going to Walmart and picking up more stuff like such as egg weights, things like that, hooks. Folks, I don't know if you guys have been to your Walmarts or not, but go by and check them out. Walmart has been putting a lot of stuff out on clearance. I mean, cheap clearance. I just picked up some egg sinkers and all that the other day for less than $2. And we're talking a full package of them. I mean, that's super dirt cheap. A lot of their rods and reels are going on sale now. They're discounting them out. Some is as cheap as less than $15. Rod and reel at some point. I've been looking at some of the bait casters. I wish I could find a left-handed one, but I know they have them, but Walmart really doesn't sell a lot of those. I don't know if I'm going to probably have to go to the Bass Pro Shop or something for those, but I've been really wanting to get into bait casting as far as that type of reel system. One of my favorite ones I'm having a lot of fun with right now is my bait. God, what's that one I use? Gosh, I can't remember the name of it. It's got that secondary clutch on the back. Bait runner, bait glide, something like that. One of those. Anyway, hey, memory of the fisherman, how are you? Glad you could join us tonight. Yeah, so I actually, the last live that I did, I was actually using that exact reel set, and that thing worked amazing. As soon as that striper got on the line, I heard the line kick out, and that's when I knew it was time to pop it up. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well, sir. We were actually out here earlier just replacing the old prop off putting on the new one on the boat. So, oh, folks, I got to show them. Hey, memory with fishermen. Let me show you how bad this old prop was. Give me a second. I'll get it for you. It was bad. I couldn't believe it actually was able to even do anything. Now, with this new prop on, I have a feeling it's going to go a lot faster. A lot faster. It's the goal anyway. Oh, you know what, folks? That's another thing I'm excited about getting on this boat is the Downriggers. I can't wait to get them put up. I actually have the Downriggers. Check this out. Tell me that isn't beat up and chewed up. Look how bad that thing was. It got the crap beat out of it. Folks, you think I should put this on Marketplace? I'll pay you to take it. Oh my gosh, this thing was just beat up to no end. No wonder I wasn't able to go very fast. Now on this side here too, on the spacer, on the rear spacer, it normally has a rise in it. Okay, this is completely flat. Completely flat. There was nothing on there. The new one on there now, it's got like a 1/4-inch rise or lip on it. So yeah, this thing was just beat down to the ground. I mean, look at the backside here. You could tell it had a lot of rubbing going on that thing. But you know what, folks? Surprisingly, the shaft on that, the spline shaft and all that, was in really good shape. The housing unit was in really good shape. So I got real fortunate on that. I believe this was about $60, $65 for this prop, which wasn't too bad. I mean, when you're starting to do stainless steel or the other ones, man, they get to be really pricey, really pricey. But this, you know, I got something comparable to this, and it'll work for now. I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. It'll definitely get me out on the water for sure. But I could not believe that some of the prices, some of these props that they go for, even for the small outboard motors like mine, man, they get to be pretty pricey. I could not believe how expensive they are. But again, it's all about, you know, what people want. And, you know, there you go. But I think this one's going to be a game changer, definitely for me on this one. This one is 11 by 4, 11 and a quarter. Let's see here. Let's see if I can read this here real quick. It's an 11-1/4 by 1 by 10. Not sure what that means. So I might want to research some of this and figure out how this works. Let's see. Tony says, what did you hit with that? Tony, that's a very good question. I got to be honest with you. We were testing out the motor one day, and the motor somehow managed to just drop, and we were at the river, and it just managed to hit rocks. That's exactly what happened. It hit rocks. So, yeah, it just damaged it big time. It damaged it big time. Thank goodness it didn't damage the actual the spleen, the rod. That I may not be, folks. I am illiterate when it comes to boat parts, so bear with me. The rod that goes through here, it didn't damage that. Thank goodness. You paid $800 for your prop? Holy cow! Penmurray, lower unit. There you go. There you go. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Wow, $800 for $800 for a prop. Ooh, what kind of prop was that there, my friend? Man, that's expensive. By the way, Carrie, thanks for joining. Appreciate that. So again, like I said, yeah, this thing has definitely seen its days. I'll be honest with you, folks. I don't even know how in the world I got this thing to even move. It did, but I don't know how. You see, Memory says, I have an Everroot motor on my boat. They stopped that brand. Did they really quit making the Everroot? How long ago and for what reason did they discontinue making that? Because I know that motor's been around for quite a while. Oh, you had one that was chrome. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, Dan, they can be very expensive. I don't know. Do they come in chrome? Again, folks, I'm going to play ignorant on this because I'm still learning a lot about boat and boat things. Do they do aluminum? No, I think stainless steel might be. Do they make stainless steel props? I don't know. I don't know. It's been at least 4 or 6 years. Oh, okay. Wow, that's so sad. That they do make them. Okay. Now I can imagine. Now here's my curiosity: stainless steel being a lighter metal, I would imagine, is it stronger, more durable, or in the event that it gets hit, do they break off easily so you don't snap that shaft? I'm curious about that because I know that my son was telling me that there's certain props that they are designed to break the propellers off so you don't damage a shaft. I was curious about that. There's something inside that breaks or something like that. He told me, and I can't remember. So, but I will tell you, so stainless is stronger. Okay. Okay. Now, question, folks, let me know. The shape obviously has a lot to do with the speed. The size has a lot to do with it. Now, is it the combination of the size of the blade itself and the pitch or the shape? Is that what gives you your stronger speeds? I guess torque in a sense. I could be wrong. Like I said, folks, I'm still learning a lot about boats. So Tony says a lot of them have a keyway with a key in and you snap. Oh, okay. Now, Tony, that makes sense. So your keyway will snap before it damages the lower unit. Okay, that's good to know that. That's good to know that. I can imagine that having, if that lower unit was to snap, it's going to cost thousands of dollars to get it replaced. So, wow. Folks, I got to be honest with you though, man. It's exciting to know more about boats and the things. The more that I get time to work on the boat, I get more excited about what it's all about. Yeah, it gets to be expensive though. What do we say boat stands for? Bust out another 1,000? It can be, but I mean, I'm having such a good time with it. I'm going to get really even more excited about all the time that we're going to get to spend on that boat while we're out there fishing. That's what I'm looking forward to it. Excuse me, I apologize. So again, that being said, this is pretty much a done ski. I don't know if I want to throw it out. I think maybe for a little bit I'm gonna hang on to it. I may be quirky like that, but kind of reminds me, hey, I changed that out. I'll tell you where the proof in the pudding is going to be is when I actually get on the boat. It's going to how fast it's going to go. Everything torque, speed on plane. Bunch of things left. Hang on a second, Christopher. Let me reread your question here, my friend. Everything torque, speed on plane. Bunch of things left, right, toss. I have a, let's see, Memory of Fisherman says, I have a kayak and I hope to try some kayak fishing this year for the first time. Oh, Memory of Fisherman. My friend, I will tell you, kayak fishing is so much fun. I've taken it out. I'm almost embarrassed to say this. Again, I was really lazy the last few years. This year, since I started this channel, has when a fire has been lit under my butt to fish, to catch, to go everything and go hardcore fishing. The time that I did take out the kayak, the first time I took it out, I had a blast. I did get a good strike on the pole, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to set it. Again, being new to it back then. But now I have a new fervor for being out here when I go kayak fishing on these things to try them out. You're going to love it, my friend. They're easier to get on the water, and they're so much fun. They're lightweight. You can pack them down quite a bit as long as you don't overdo it, which you know. Take a light tackle box, which I did, and take the 2 poles that you like and go with it. See, Carrie Simpson says stainless is on a 250 Suzuki. So you have a stainless steel prop on your Suzuki. Awesome. Wow, 250 horsepower? That's amazing. That's a big motor. Yeah, Mike, I got it on, brother. Here's the old one. The new one's on, my friend. She is Dunsky. Dunsky. I was thinking about putting it on Marketplace and paying somebody to take it. Yeah, she's on, Mike. So here it says, Penmurray says, you have to put motor recommended props. Oh, okay, to get top speed. Okay, I figured. So this is probably just a generic type of blade that I got on there just to get out there and do that. With me having only a 60 horsepower, I'm not in any hurry to get anywhere. It's all about cruising. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. I was just curious how that worked out, though. Let's see here. Chris says, all kinds of information, boat size motor, size model, boat bottom. On the prop? Unless I misunderstand you, Chris. Yeah, Ferg, I'm glad it's on there, buddy. I'm glad it's on there. Oh, by the way, hey, Mike, I wanted to let you know, I actually ordered that same setup that you did for your phone, how you have it on sitting right here on your chest area while you're able to fish and look at it and read. Yeah, I was actually able to find one, and thank you for that recommendation. I ordered it, and it came in yesterday, so thank you so much. I'll be adding that to the channel next time I go live when I'm out there doing some fishing. Pretty excited about that. Pretty excited how that's going to work. Folks, I got to tell you right now, I'm hooked on Starlink. Haven't had any issues so far except for the volume on the first session, but all is good now, man. It must have been something wonky with the microphone system. Maybe one day I'll get to upgrade the microphone system and get a better one. I'm using an inexpensive one. I got it on Amazon for like 29 bucks. Came with 2 mics and a connection. But I've been eyeballing those DJI ones, man, and those things seem pretty sweet. Pretty sweet indeed. So, oh, check this out, guys. Let me show you something. Show you a couple more things that I'm going to be adding to the boat this season. Got them already. They're going to be incorporated into the channel for sure. Get a little research on how these things work. Once I get them cleaned up, they're going to be pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. Now, folks, these are the Canon old style Downriggers. The Canon Downriggers, old style, okay? They have the ability of going deep, 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 deep. We're looking at how far these go down. 95 feet, okay? These have the ability of going down 95 feet. So what I did was, I had to do a little bit of research on how to be able to reset this back. Now, these came with the boat initially, so the original owner probably did do a lot of downrigging with them, I'm sure. You see here, Carrie Simpson says, yeah, I paid $800 for my stainless steel on my 250 Suzuki. If you hit something with stainless, you use your lower, oh, ouch. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's brave, my friend, but I get it. Ouch, 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 ouch. I get it. You can get you can get that prop. Oh, you can get it fixed though? So they have a way of refixing the prop. Wow. 800 bucks though, man. Whew, that seems kind of pricey. But hey, again, it all depends on the type of boat you have also. So yeah, I guess there really is nothing too expensive when it's for your boat, especially if you love doing what you do. And I get that. So yeah, indeed, I get that. So this is something I'm going to want to incorporate into this year for our channel, Downriggers. I did get the quick release clips that go on that. When you set your line and you drop your line down to the depth that you want and you troll out, the quick release is going to be able to actually, when the fish strike that line, boom, it's going to release that quickly, which is going to be nice. I did go on Amazon though, and I did purchase these. Let me show you what else I got. I was actually kind of surprised that these things were really inexpensive. Surprisingly, these were not that expensive at all. These are 10-pound ball weights for the downrigging system. Yeah, 10-pound ball weights for the downrigging system. So yeah, definitely going to be worth it. I'm excited to try them out. It'll be this year for sure. Probably, I don't want to give a time frame on it because I'm just excited to get the boat back in the water and start fishing. I'm not going to lie to you, but this will definitely be in this fishing season for sure. So I'm excited about getting these put on and putting them in the boat. So again, 2 10-pound weight riggers there for that. And shoot, what else? Oh my gosh. What else? Always looking to get new gear. You know that for sure. I've been hitting Walmart at least once a week to see what they have on sale. Yeah, it just so blows my mind how they're putting all this stuff on sale at Walmart. I mean, at dirt cheap prices. For those of you who are interested in getting new Huddleston baits, the plastics, I believe it's the plastics. My friend Jim told me that a company called Savage Baits, you may be familiar with them. I actually had to go online and check them out. Savage Baits has a 9.5 inch, I think it weighs about 7 ounces potentially, 9.5 inch Huddleston type bait that comes in 4 various colors. One I believe is shad, one is definitely trout, one might be bass, and one other one. And they normally retail for like $170, $180. But he was telling me last night that they're actually blowing them out right now. It's a brand new item, actually. Why they're going so cheap, I don't know. Maybe it's just to introduce them out. But they're literally going right now for like $90 a pop. It's called oh my gosh. How am I going to tell you what it is? Can't remember it. The Fugitive? No. Anyway, folks, gosh, I can't remember what he told me. I'm having another one of them senior moments. What do you say? Anyway, but yeah, go check them out. They're the brand new set for Savage gear right now for lures. I want to say it's called the Aggressor, either the Fugitive or the Aggressor. It's one of those names. I can't remember, but yeah, he says they were blowing them out right now for like 80 to 90 bucks a pop, which I think is a really good deal. So anyway, so that's one of the agendas that we're working on. Eventually, I would like to have this taken care of. But so far, you know, I need to find out too on this one here if there's any way that I can actually get this prop here fixed, because it's been chewed up, as you can tell. It's been beat up a little bit. But I guarantee you, the old owner, man, he had this boat in some places that were probably kind of, you know, hard to get through, you know. On the boat, like I said, I've replaced the seating already for it, so that's been a done deal for sure. Need 2 more seats for the back, all that good stuff. Let's see here. Got some rods up in there. Yeah, folks, I guess that's, you know, pretty much it, man. I guess that's pretty much it. Well, folks, you know, anybody have any questions real quick? Anybody have any questions at all? Let me know if you do. I appreciate that. By the way, thank you again for the the gift. Appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. All right, folks. Well, I just wanted to share this with you and go live because I wanted to put some more content on. I thought it was a great idea to do it tonight. Since I wasn't able to actually get out on the water. Hey, Solo, how are you? See, Solo says, hello, Tim, Arizona. Just getting here. Can you start all over? Absolutely. There we go. Folks, I hope I didn't lose anybody. I hope I didn't lose anybody. My phone just literally just froze up on me. We are back live again. Folks, can I get a thumbs up? Tell me if you can actually see and hear me real quick. Oh no, I think I may have lost everybody. Gosh darn it. Well, folks, hey, if you're able to hear from me, I appreciate that, folks, for joining the channel tonight. Oh, very good. Folks, can you get a thumbs up? Okay. You know what, Tony? This is like literally the second time that the phone has froze up. Not sure what's going on with that, but I'm glad I didn't lose the stream because I was concerned about it. Because the last time we froze solid, I had to shut it down. I'm like, oh, not again. It seemed like as soon as I got that phone calls when it just freaking whoop froze up on me. So perfect. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely want to do some research on that to find out if, thank you, Barbie, I appreciate that. I definitely want to do some research on that if I can actually burn non-ethanol fuel in the motor, because I'm not really sure if the Mercury motor requires the ethanol style. I only burn 87% in there, so I've never changed it up. The only time I've ever put any kind of cleaning solution in it is if I felt that it was running rough. And recently, as you can tell, I've had such an issue with the motor that it just was running so rough and poorly, I had to do it. I literally had to empty this tank out twice. I hold about a 13-gallon tank on this boat. So for me to have to empty it out twice, yeah, that was a hardship. But I'll tell you what, man, it was a learning experience I'll never forget. I guarantee I'll never do it again. So again, I definitely want to check that out to see if there is any detrimental effects that could hurt if I do non-ethanol type fuel. If not, and they say it's okay, yeah, I'm not opposed to it. It's a little bit more pricey per gallon, but if it keeps everything clean and running right and it doesn't mess up or foul up the injectors, I'm all about it. You know, if it doesn't cause it to burn hotter than normal, I'm all about it. So indeed. Solo, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping in and being able to chit chat just for a moment, and I'm always glad to have you here. So, let's see here. What else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? Well, oh, you know what? Before I forget, boy, this was the most important thing, too, I need to remember. Folks, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I did not want to end this live without telling you that because of you and your following me and your dedication to the channel and your commitment to helping me grow, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to reach that 3,000 hour mark that I needed to. A couple of things have been added to the channel now with YouTube, and I appreciate that for those of you who've actually taken advantage of the new items that are on the channel. Thank you so much for your support that way. Much appreciated. Everything that I get for this channel will clearly go back into the channel itself. Whether it's new equipment, new lures, whatever the case may be, or even new accessories for the boat or whatever the case may be, 100% for the channel. And I appreciate that, each and every one of you, for your support. Also, folks, keep in mind, I just added a new 3-level system for membership. I believe the first one starts at 99, and then I believe the next one will be at 299, and I believe the other one will be at either 3 or 499. As more and more as you go up into membership, it tends to grow more and more with more benefits of that. So if you get an opportunity, take a chance to look at that and you know, do accordingly. I appreciate that, all your support, no matter what you decide. Let's see. Solo says it's a Mercury motor. Yeah. Oh, is mine a Mercury? If that's the question, Solo, that is correct. It is a 60 horsepower Merc EFI, electronic fuel injector. I almost thought for a minute she was gone, brother, but we were able to save it. I was so happy too. I was getting really stressed about it, thinking, man, where am I going to come up with about $2,000 or $3,000 to have this thing worked on? But my son and me, we started getting into it, and then he's helped me quite a bit with it because I'm not real knowledgeable when it comes to motors like that. He's been working on a lot of boats that he's owned and plus jet skis, so he has a knack for it. But I'm telling you what, man, I'm learning a lot by his direction whenever I do ask for help, and then by just me getting out there and tackling what I can myself. Again, I don't learn unless I get out there and do it. Yeah. So like I said earlier in the video, I tend to get a little afraid of diving into these things, but I have to remember, as long as you don't blow the motor up or break it, all things can be fixed and repaired. That's how I have to look at it, no matter what it is. That's just life in general, right? All things can be repaired. So, and again, also I want to give a shout out again. Thank you guys so much for helping me reach that 3,000. My next goal now is to hit that 4,000 hour watch mark, and we're about probably 940 hours away from it. I know it seems like a lot, but you know what, folks? You guys have been helping me get there, and I appreciate that. I really, truly do. I really do. Anybody get any fishing done today? I'm just curious. I was going to go today here, but nothing was popping out where I live. Solo says non-ethanol gas does help the outboard motor. It has its benefits, helps with gumming up and watering the gas. Oh, okay. All righty. So, okay, that's even better. So definitely that's specific to all outboards, I would imagine, right, Solo? I definitely want to do my homework on it, but yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Memory of Fisherman says, have you ever tried trolling on a boat? It's so much fun with the lure. I have actually. Memory of Fisherman, I actually have. One of the videos that I put on earlier in the channel, it shows me trolling out there on the lake with my son. It's kind of a wonky type video. I wish it could have better content, but that day we weren't catching squat. But the reality is, yeah, I did get to troll. It was nice. I had to have one hand on the wheel driving, one hand on the pole, hoping I wasn't going to hit something. And we were cruising probably maybe 1 mile an hour, maybe if that. But yeah, I have done it. And it is indeed a lot of fun. But I'll tell you there, Memory of Fisherman, this is what I want these for now. These Downriggers, okay? Love trolling by hand, but these I think are going to be the game changer, my friend. This is what we're going to use bilaterally on both sides of the boat. So you got the 10-pound ball weights for that. Got the quick release clips on that for the line. We're going to do it. Indeed, we're going to do it. But yes, by far, trolling on the boat is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's just getting that certain type of speed that we're looking for, that you don't want to go too fast, but on the same token, you don't want to go too slow. It's just all learning curve for me as I do it. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. One thing that I tell you right straight out, I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos on people who are using underwater cameras that are connected to their line. I am so intrigued about how that's going to work. That may be something that if I can find one at a decent price, I'm going to invest in that and attach it to one of the lines as I'm out fishing off the boat. I think that would make some amazing content, having underwater footage on the boat like that. That'd freaking be awesome. I just recently saw one today of a gentleman who was kayak fishing that had that underwater camera on his line, that he was fishing up at Willow Beach, which is about maybe an hour and a half north of me. So yeah, that's something I'm definitely wanting to check into. So I think it would make great content. Let's see here. So again, I appreciate that, man. I'm going to definitely check to see if that's specific to all outboards or just some of them. Oh, I think it would be great. Indeed, Memory. I think it'd be a great idea. What a better way to expand on the channel with new content. Gosh, years ago when I used to do I was an avid waterfowl hunter and upland game bird hunter, and actually had a digital camera that would mount underneath my shotgun, and it videotaped everything that I did. I even bought one for my bow, so I have an actual video camera that can attach to the front of my bow. Let's see here. Solo says, wow, my comment got deleted or Facebook blocked it. Really? What comment was that, Solo? Because I'm seeing the one about the non-ethanol gas. It's still there. What did you say, my friend? Yeah, I don't see nothing blocked on my end, my friend. Oh, okay, you can. Yeah, so I got you. So basically, probably what I would have to do is just find this specific blade size, just probably loosen it up, pull that off, put the new one back on and retighten it. That's what I'm thinking, yeah? Oh, no kidding? Awesome. Okay. That's easy enough. All right. Appreciate that. So that's my next venture to get that trolling motor blade fixed. Florida fan, welcome to the channel this evening. Glad you could join us. Oh, perfect. I'm glad to hear that because I'll tell you what, that would be beneficial to at least change that out. I won't be able to change this out because of this broken fin portion here unless I replace the whole unit, but this thing is still a pretty good workhorse. I don't think that's going to affect much of what I'm doing. I really, truly don't, but this definitely can and will. But so far it's working really well, so I don't have an issue with it, but it's good to know that. So what I probably will do is I'll probably end up getting the information off of this and looking it up on the internet and seeing if I can find it on Amazon. I guarantee I could probably get it really dirt cheap for that price versus what they would normally charge. Minn Koters, I think, are an amazing, amazing trolling motor. I really think they are. You know, it would be really cool one day in the far distance future, maybe doing SpotLink. Have you guys ever heard of SpotLink? I think that's pretty awesome. SpotLink basically is a satellite device type of troller, or it may be SpotSet, SpotLink, or something like that. And once you find the spot that you want to be at, your boat will not move. It'll lock you right into that position until you're ready to move on. Yeah, they're not super cheap, but dude, everybody that I've seen use those, Spotlock. There you go. Thank you, Sol. I appreciate that. Man, those things are incredible. Those are a great piece of tool, a great tool to have on any boat, especially for a troller. Well, thank you, Florida fan. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's my baby. She's my boat. You know, she's my 16-foot Crestliner. I got real fortunate when I got her some years ago. I believe I'm the second owner of it. I believe the gentleman had actually turned it back into the Bass Pro Shop, and then as a trade-in, and happened to be at the right place at the right time. Believe it or not, folks, when I moved to Arizona here some time ago, we had bought one other boat prior to this, and I probably shared the story with you before. I don't mean to be redundant if I did, but yeah, it didn't turn out to be the best. And thank goodness we were able to get it on the water twice, and then it just didn't want to run anymore. And I put it up on the marketplace on Facebook, and I had a couple of inquiries about it, and a gentleman came and looked at it. And I was honest. I said, look, this is what I paid for it. I don't know anything about it. I don't have the ability or the knowledge to work on it. I just want to get back what I put into it. I'm not going to charge any more. I just don't want to lose what I lost already. He kind of him-hauled around about it, but I think he knew, because I knew he knew what he was doing with them. And I was honest. I said, I just want what I paid for it. That's it. And I ended up getting it. And believe it or not, my son actually found this boat. He found this one probably about maybe a month or two later. We literally drove 4 hours to find it. Where I live, it was 4 hours away from where I'm at. And we went and got it. And I was nervous because I didn't want to get burned again. And thank goodness my son has a good head on his shoulder when it comes to marine motors and such. And I asked him kind of off to the side quietly, is it a good deal? He said, yeah, take it. So we ended up buying it. I only paid $7,600 for it. And it's fully loaded, fully loaded. I mean, she's been great. And other than doing the routine maintenance on it and having to empty the fuel tank twice because I let it sit for too long, and then just today replacing the prop on it, she's been a really good boat. So I can't complain. I am really fortunate. Excited to get it back on. Florida fan, this is a 60 horsepower Mercury outboard electric fuel injector. Oh, it's called the it's called the Minn Kota iPilot system for Spotlock. Yes, that's it, my friend. It is a beautiful toy, but it's expensive. But boy, it's nice. Yes, Mercury's. I think honestly, Mercury motors I think are a really good motor. They're strong. They've been around for a while. I just found out earlier today during the live that somebody on here told me that Everroot no longer exists. I don't know whether they were bought out under a new name or they just don't exist anymore, which is kind of sad because Everroot's been around for a long time. Oh, they're $1,800 new solo? Holy cow. Yeah, Yamaha's a good motor too. Yeah, Yamaha's a good motor too. Mercury, Yamaha, Suzuki, I think are all really good. I don't know. Johnson Ever. Yep, there you go. Johnson Everroot. My wife, I got to share this with you because it's really cute. My wife's first boat that she ever owned, she had a motor that was pretty old. And I think it was one of those hand ones. If memory serves me right, it was called, I think she said it was called a Scots McCullough. I don't even think they make them anymore, but it was pretty old back in the day. Hey, good afternoon, Hunting and Stuff. Glad you could join us. There you go. Yeah, it was a tiller. It was definitely a tiller. Exactly. And my wife's incredible, man. She can outfish me sometimes. She's pretty good. Yeah, Sully, you're absolutely right. All motors are good as long as you're willing to keep the maintenance up on it. Indeed. That's been my biggest labor of love for the last 4 months or so, is to really put the time and effort into babying this boat because I let it sit for so long. And folks, I will tell you, don't make the mistake that I did. Don't let it sit too long because it can do a lot of damage. I just fortunately was able to save it. Hey, Alan, the boat that I have is a 16-foot Crestliner. It's got the 2 seats up front, the captain and the passenger. It can accommodate 4 people comfortably. I've got the front seat for fishing and one that goes into the back for fishing. I put in a 4-pole holder for it. It's got a live well, a decent sized live well. It actually comes with 3 batteries, which is kind of nice. It's got the main one that runs the actual motor itself, and then the 2 backups that run the troller and a few other things. It's got a fish finder. It's got a GPS system, a Lowrance system on it. Yeah, it's just an incredible boat. And it's all aluminum hull. So I'm real fortunate. I got a really good deal on it. For only $7,600, it was a steal. I couldn't beat it. So, I mean, it's a great boat. One day I would like to get it, one day in the future to really represent the channel. I would like to get it wrapped where it says Arizona Outdoors 64 on it. That's kind of odd. I smell something chemical. It's got to be coming from across the street, maybe. Ain't nothing I got. So anyway, yeah, it's a really good boat, though. I mean, it handles well. It's got a lot of power for being only a 60 horsepower. It's got a lot of power. I'm real fortunate to have it. Again, it's got cruising speed, maybe 25 to 35 miles on the water, if that. It's not a big deal. I'm not there to get there in a hurry. I'm just there to have fun, But again, and it does come with its own downrigging systems on it, which is nice. Which I was sharing earlier, that will be incorporated into the part of the channel this year, this season fishing when we go out there on the water with it. Yes, I know. I got ring at the back door. It's me. My security camera's picking me up outside. That's funny. Let's see here. Alan says, did you get a good deal on the boat? Yeah, because I'm looking to get a boat. I'm looking to get a 19-foot aluminum bass tracker. You know what? Keep your eyes peeled, Alan. Keep your eyes peeled. There are people out there who are selling them out. You just got to be patient. I didn't get this boat probably for the first year that I lived out here, maybe a little less than that, but about a year or so. As indicated earlier, the very first boat that we got, I did get burned on it, and I was able to sell it for at least what I paid for it. But yeah, it took some time. But yeah, be patient, my friend. They're out there. If you can maybe find somebody who, sad to say this, and I do mean this wholeheartedly, if you can find somebody who's no longer able to maintain the boat or fish it because of issues going on, and they've taken real good care of it, yeah, that would be your best bet. Because let's face it, boats nowadays, brand new, are expensive. Oh my gosh, man, they cost as much as vehicles do, if not more. And sometimes used is not always bad because they're already broken in. Aluminum bass trackers, if you're paying for the name bass tracker, Alan, you're going to be paying the price. Just so you know that, my friend, okay? Because it's a well-known name. It's like Ranger boats. You're going to pay the price because of the name. But they are out there. You just got to really be patient and dedicated to really look and be patient for it. You'll find that special boat. There's a gentleman that I follow he lives in Canada, and his YouTube channel is called Hyper Orange. Now that character, man, he took a regular aluminum hull boat. I would probably say, gosh, a 14-footer maybe? I kid you not. It was either a 14 or 16-foot aluminum V-hull boat, right? All it had in it was the typical aluminum seating, the ones that go across where you have the actual tiller style motor. Okay, he took that thing and did a complete video on a rebuild and turned it into a baby bass boat. Oh my gosh, I was so impressed with that. That's what kept me entertained and engaged with him, how he was building it. Yeah, it was really cool how he went from the very beginning. Well, thank you, Florida fan. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It means a lot. He took it from the very beginning of inception of the boat and just did video after video after video until he became a mini bass boat. He's got a troller on that thing. He's got a fish finder on that thing. I mean, it's a complete, even with a live well, he's got it all in there. But it's a tiller driven motor, the kind behind you. And mad props to him. I actually will talk to him sometimes. He's been out of the YouTube for a little while. I think he's got some other things he's dealing with there where he lives. But I mean, yeah, if you get a chance, go check out his channel called Hyper Orange. Really good guy on YouTube. Let's see, Florida fan says, who was that I was going? Oh, for the gentleman on YouTube? A gentleman called, his YouTube channel is called Hyper Orange. Yeah, he's out of Canada. I mean, he does a lot of cool stuff. He took a regular, like I said, a regular aluminum hull boat and converted it into a mini bass boat. It's amazing what he did. It's a red and black one. Great job. He did a really good job on it. It's interesting because I really love watching content creators that will take something like that and convert it into a brand new boat, whether it's an aluminum hull boat or anything at that point. If you can modify it to make it look better than it was and get more use out of it, I'm all about that. Let's see, Florida fan says, you should watch MVP Outdoors. He's that too. I think I've heard of him. MVP Outdoors? I'll check him out, Florida fan. I definitely will check him out. In fact, you know what? I'm going to screenshot that so I don't miss the name. Got it. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of how-to videos and stuff like that. Folks, I will tell you, 99% of the time, if I'm not sure about something, I go to YouTube University. That's the only way I can do it. Solo says, my biggest advice is keep the boat in a garage and cover it good. The sun will cause cosmetic damage real quick. Yeah, Solo, you were correct. Now, as you can tell, where I live, the boat never leaves here, but it still did damage to the seats. It still did damage to the seats. And it's not because of direct sunlight. It didn't even crack the seats, as you know, how the light gets brittle on the upholstery and all that. It literally separated the glue from everything. So I had to redo everything. See, Alan James says, do you ever do like overnighter fishing trips on your boat? Or Alan, it's funny you should say that because that's going to be in this season's YouTube videos. I'm going to do it for 2026. I'm in the process of trying to figure out how it can get done. I need to figure out the logistics of it, but I would eventually like to do a catch, clean, and cook and camp here on our local lake area. There's a lot of miles and miles and miles of shoreline that you can go to that they're really decent about. And yeah, there are people who do it all the time, whether it's Lake Mead or Lake Mojave out here. They do it all the time. That is definitely going to be one thing I definitely want to incorporate this year, probably even more than one time. But the very first time I do it, it's going to be a trial by error. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still a lot of logistics I need to work out on that. But yeah, definitely going to want to do that this year for sure. So, yep, it's not out of the question, my friend. Good question. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Sola says, that's what I do. That's what I do is overnight fishing in my boat, on my boat. It gets too hot in the summer to be out during the day. Yeah, absolutely right, Solo. In fact, a lot of you who've been with me since day one, like you, Solo, and a few of you others, if you all remember when I first started my channel way back when, I was doing a lot of night fishing because it was so hot during the day to be out there. I think the hottest I've ever been in, and that was probably not the smartest thing on my part, but I wanted to create content, was I was actually fishing at Lake Mojave on the backside of the dam by the jetty area where the rocks are in 118-degree weather. It was hot, but I wanted to fish. Will I do that again? Probably not. Probably not. The nice thing about being on a boat, though, is that when it's hot out there in the water, you can jump in, cool off, and get back in the boat. That's one of the benefits of being on a boat, right? Indeed. Indeed. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many opportunities out here. I just found out recently, too, that Lake Havasu, which is about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour east of me, just opened up their new section for fishing off the dock there. It was under construction for the longest time, but they opened that up now. But again, that's definitely an option, but I want to find out what it would cost to get my boat out into Lake Havasu because I've never fished that area. I fished it one time by bank fishing it. It was great, but limited, but being on the boat is going to open up the experience a lot more and give you a lot more opportunity to catch more fish. That's a definite for sure. Solo says, it was easier jumping in and getting back in the boat when I was younger. Not so easy now that I'm older. Solo, I understand you, my friend. I understand you more than you realize. Folks, if I was not to cut my hair back, I would probably have more gray hair than I'd care to share. When I grow my beard out, my wife will tell you, she's not a fan of it because it literally is gray. She says, you look too old when you grow your hair out or your beard out. I don't like it. So, yeah, I did it. I did it for a minute. It was fun. Now, I keep it high and tight now because it's cooler, less shampoo, less water for the most part, and clean shaven. Yeah, I guess it makes me look younger. But Solo, I totally understand what you're saying with that, my friend. We aren't as young and spry as we used to be, right? Not as like we used to be. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's all I can say to that. Oh, no, that ain't it, sweetheart. Well, you know what, folks? I got to be honest with you. My wife and I, we would battle back and forth comically, I would say. I guess there was a couple times we probably had a serious discussion about me wanting to grow a beard. Because here's the logic that I had. And again, folks, once I really begin to realize that the wife does know more than I do about a lot of things, I'll be happier. But I guess it's just a male ego thing. I don't know. But again, 99.9% of the time, the wife is always right. I got to admit that. But all those years that I had to work in the industry that I did with the fire and EMS industry, I could never grow facial hair. It wasn't allowed, not in my department, because of the masks and stuff that we had to wear. Or if I, like during structure fires, if I had to wear the SCBA masks and all that, you couldn't have any facial hair because it wouldn't seal. So I get that. So for the longest time, I said, well, when I quit doing that and I retire, I'm growing a beard. Let's see here. Alan James says, you ever thought about a canopy for your boat? It helps. Actually, hey, I do have one sitting right there. I do have it, the Bimini top. It's right there, my friend. Hey, how are you doing, D Hall? Good to see you on here, Bob and Doreen. Hope all is well. Hey, I just wanted to give you a huge shout out for the day that we got to do the meetup. It was amazing. Thank you so much. We're having a wonderful day. Hopefully you and Bob are also. Solo says, I fell off my jet ski and struggled getting back up on it. That was my reality check a few years back. Oh, yeah. Solo, I understand that. I do. Yeah, I understand that a lot, my friend. We are not as young and resilient as we used to be, even though we'd like to think we're. Fat Cat, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining tonight. Folks, for those of you just joining, we are doing a live here. I was actually working on the boat earlier. I ended up changing out the old beat-up prop and putting on a brand new one for the first time. This is the old one. This was the old one. It was beat up to no end. You know what surprises me? I'm surprised I was able to get anywhere. I'm surprised I was able to get anywhere. And check this out. The rear spacer unit, it normally has a little riser on the top here. It was completely sheared off. Oh, what did I hit? Whoa. Let's see here. Bob and Dorian says, we had a good time meeting you. One day we'll get to meet the wife. Yes, that's the ultimate goal, to have you guys come back and meet both. Indeed. Indeed. Florida says, what did you hit? Florida, if I have to be honest with you, rocks. I did. We were testing the motor out one day, and apparently we got too close to the rocks. Ended up chewing the daylights out of it. Oh, you were in here for earlier, Fat Cat? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I do apologize then. Welcome back then. A lot of rocks? Yeah. Yeah, if I had to say, it was probably more my fault because we weren't paying attention and it chewed it up. Thank goodness it didn't ruin the gear, the spline gear though. Thank goodness it didn't. I was real fortunate about that. But it was time. It was time to change it out anyway. So it's all good. It is all good. But yeah. Yeah, folks, it was really cool because I got to do my first meet and greet with a couple of fans on the channel here. DC, I believe it's DC Hall. You guys, is it okay if I give you guys the name out? Hey, Randall, how are you, buddy? Randall, Rhino Outdoors. Glad to have you on here. Yeah, I got to do not too long ago. I had to do a meetup with D Hall, her and her husband, and it was outstanding. We had an amazing time. We had lunch together over here locally where we live, and got to spend about an hour and a half with them. Some really good quality time. So I like doing these meet and greets. I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. So D Hall would be she would be Dorian, and her husband's name would be Bob. Amazing people I got to meet in person. Folks, I'll be honest with you, that was the very first time ever I've done a meet and greet with viewers from the channel. It's actually kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Oh, indeed. It was actually kind of cool. I just need to figure out a way to wrap around my head. I need to start getting some merch out there, you know? It's, you know, I would love to be able to give out merch whenever I meet people for the first time, you know, saying, hey, thank you so much for being supportive of the channel and thank you for being members. Folks, for those of you who are brand new to the channel, I was able to recently add memberships to my channel now. So if you have an opportunity, check it out. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Florida fan. Yeah, we have 3 sets of levels now for your membership. You have your 99, your I believe it's 99, 299, and 499. I believe it is. And with the higher ups you go up on your membership, it gives you more perks and bennies. But I appreciate that, guys. Let's see here. Solo says, okay, that's twice my comment didn't post. That's crazy. It's becoming personal now, YouTube. Oh, Solo, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, my friend. I promise. It's nothing that's done on my end. Nothing at all on my end. I do apologize for that, Solo. Yeah, normally I don't understand why they're doing that to you. You don't ever have issues. I know back at one time when Nightbot was doing it, but we corrected that. So if it's not, and in fact, I haven't even seen Nightbot on yet. So I don't know whether square with YouTube. I know Nightbot does work, but I think the parameters might be set to where it goes longer so it doesn't hit every so often. But I mean, I've been on for an hour, almost 94 minutes yet, and I hadn't seen Nightbot yet. So I may need to check into that also and find out what's going on with that. Yeah, so I do apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. I know that not too long ago when I was doing a live, the screen went completely frozen, and it wasn't my signal issue. It wasn't the phone issue. It literally, from I guess YouTube, had went down. So I'm not sure what happened that day, but I was right in the middle of a live when it happened. So. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Like I said, I have not seen anything from Nightbot either. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Sola. See, Florida fan says I was in part of that. I'm not sure what that meant, my friend. Did anybody get a chance to do any fishing today at all? I was just curious. Yeah, I did. Fat Cat, I did. I do have one on there. Your tier 1 membership is 99 cents. It's on there. I think, like I said, I have like 3 tiers, and the higher you go up, the more benefits it does. But yeah, my tier 1 is 99 cents, Fat Cat. I appreciate you that. I'm kind of whole new to this gift, this memberships and stuff like that. So bear with me as I'm still learning it. This is a big change for me. I'm learning how this stuff works. Oh, no kidding. 99 our membership. You're gifted are $3.99. Okay, I'll check into that. I'll check into that, Fat Cat. I don't remember setting that up, but I'll check into that. I must have did something without realizing I did it. So I worked. Let's see here. Solo says I worked, so no fishing for me, but the bite is good right now here in the area. Oh, nice. Okay, awesome, Solo. It's not quite picked up here where we're at. So a buddy of mine said that he was out by the marina area earlier today. So he did see a carp and a cat and 1 bass, but nothing was really hitting. So it may be picking up soon here where we're at, though. I know the weather is starting to change here. We're going to be in the 80s by, I believe, the end of this week or so. So, and the water temp right now, I believe we're still looking at 54 degrees. Now, as the water starts going warmer on our end, the bass are going to become more active. And we are approaching March, which means for my area, pre-spawning for bass for sure. So that should be pretty interesting to see with that. And the good thing about it is I don't have to bank fish. Nope. I'm going to be on the boat. Indeed. So that's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Still trying to figure out the ways that we're going to work out the YouTube satellite. I'm sorry, YouTube satellite, the Starlink satellite, how we're going to mount that to the boat so we can get out there without losing signal, but that's going to happen. Oh, it's 80 degrees right now? Wow. It didn't feel that warm out here, sweetie. Wow. Okay. I guess we're at 80 degrees now. I didn't think it was that warm out here. Maybe it's because I've acclimated to it for so long now. It doesn't feel warm to me. But yeah, I mean, gosh, so many things to look forward to this season, you know? And you know what? Out here, I just found out recently too, and I may partake in this. There is 2 types of challenges that we have out here. Hey, Skipjack Cindy, welcome to the channel this evening. Glad you're here. Glad you're here tonight. Thank you so much. Woo! Cindy, you've been really active on your channel, man. I've been watching a lot of your stuff. You've been super active on your lives, catching some fish too. I love that. Hey, Cindy, I love your guys' channel, man. Every time you guys get out there, you get excited. I hear that. Woo! I love it, man. I just love it, folks. That Skipjack City, man, they're catching some mean old catfish where she's at. I've been watching some of her channels, man. Some of her videos. They're catching some mean cats out where she's at. Indeed, you guys do, man. You know what? Each and every one of you YouTube people that actually have channels that are growing, you guys inspire me to want to do better too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It gives me hope and encourages me too. So between watching people who do really well with their channels and all the committed followers that I have, you guys are all a blessing to me. You guys are all a blessing to me, and it inspires me to want to do better. I just want to say thank you for that, man. You guys have paid your dues and done it. I appreciate that. Yeah, me too. Me too. Cindy, today we were changing out my old prop on the boat. This is what we took off. What do you think? Can I sell it on Marketplace or do I got to pay them to take it? Yeah, that prop is beat the crap out of it, man. It's just done. There's nothing left of that one at all. I was actually kind of surprised that there wasn't more issues on the actual spindle. That spindle was clean as a whistle, though. Thank goodness it didn't have any damage to it. I got real fortunate on that one for sure. Holy cow, I got fortunate on that one. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Cindy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. This channel has a lot of promise and hope, and I'm hoping that it takes off. You know, you find folks that are watching me and supporting me, man. I appreciate it. Nothing but good stuff for the channel to come, indeed. Indeed. Let's see here. I may have shown you folks this one before. This is probably my newest rod and reel. This is my ultralight. Ultralight. I don't think I have any more than 4-pound test line on this baby. It's like literally 4.5 feet tall. It's a tiny, tiny pole. I love using this one for trout. Definitely finesse fishing. It's a Shakespeare combo rod. Love this thing. 90% of the actual rods and reels that I own, folks, which you probably know that you've been following me for a while, is going to be Shakespeare. I have one Abu Garcia, I believe it is, and then the other one is Berkeley. But yeah, but 90% of what I own for the most part is going to be Shakespeare rods and reels. Love these things. Love these things. Oh, talking about the prop? Oh, hello. The light just went on, Cindy. I got you. Don't let them lowball me on the price, right? Yeah. Folks, hey, I'm telling you, the light just went on. I got it. Oh, gosh. How embarrassing. Hey, Chevy Speed, how are you? How you doing, my friend? Glad to have you here. You know, I think I could at least get $100 for it because it's got character. It's been used. You don't have to break it in. It's ready to go. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's funny. Hey, that'll be a number one factor, right? It's been broke in. It's already worn in for you. All you do is apply and go. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Cindy, it hit rocks. Plain and simple. It hit rocks. That's all I'm going to say to that. That's all I'm going to say to that. I am so fortunate that it didn't do more damage to the lower unit area. Yeah, it's it's trained. Yeah, I am so fortunate it didn't do more damage than it did. Yeah, the lower unit itself, it's in mint condition. All I had to do was pull the old prop off and clean it up, re-add the new lubricant, and add the new one on. We're good to go. See, Christopher here, Christopher Chavez says, junk, aluminum is okay for under a 65 horse. Yep, there you go. Aluminum it is because I'm only running a 60 horse. You got it. So we went back to the aluminum. Let's see here. Skipjack Cindy says, Travis said now it's a kayak. Whoop, where'd it go? It was there, Skipjack Cindy. It went away. So, yep. You know, the funny thing is, though, is I'm probably not going to get rid of this yet because it's going to remind me, be more cautious where I go, right? Be more cautious where I go. The nice thing about it, though, like I was sharing with earlier, you know, I have the option of either taking the kayak out because I have 2 of these, or if I want to take the boat out, I could take that out. So, yeah, it's a win-win. Either way, I'm covered, right? See, Travis said, now it's a kayak. Now, indeed it is. Travis, how are you doing, buddy? Hey, we can utilize that for a kayak anchor. There you go. Woo! You got it, Travis. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You know, it's going to be good for something besides a paperweight, right, guys? It's going to be good for something besides a paperweight. Surprisingly, though, the new prop cost, I think, what, about $60, $65? It wasn't that expensive. So I got real fortunate, you know. Yeah, how it transpired was that my son needed a compression gear, a compression tool, because we wanted to get compression on the motor, on the boat motor, to make sure it was good. So I said, well, all right. So we agreed if I buy the compression kit, which really wasn't a whole lot, he'd buy the prop. Fair enough. So, yep, it was a win-win all the way around. And the nice thing about it now is if I ever need the compression kit for anything motor related, he'll have it. And I'll just say, hey, can I borrow it? So, yeah, it actually worked out well. So, hey, Cindy, check it out. Travis, check it out. We're going to add this to the boat this season. These came with them originally. I've got 2 Cannons Downrigger sets, one for both sides of the boat. For when we troll, it's going to be nice. I went out there and I ordered the quick release connectors, and I also ordered 2 10-pound ball weights. These bad boys. Oh, yeah. 2 of these bad boys. It's going to be great for downrigging, for sure. So we're going to implement this into the boat this season. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. Like Solo said, the next one we're going to do is I want to replace the blade for the trolling motor. Going to pop this one off, replace it with a new one. This one's pretty beat up. I mean, it still works, no doubt, but replace it with a new one, and we're going to go with there. You know what's so cool about this, though, this trolling motor, is I don't know if it's standard anyway. You see, Sir Alan James says, some of those kayaks get expensive. They can indeed. They can indeed. We got these, both of these, for about I think it was either $300 or $350 a piece. We literally had to drive 4 hours away to get them because the town that we live in, the Tractor Supply didn't have them in stock. And I wanted to get them that day if we could find them because we were going to be going out on the river that weekend that it came up. So, yeah, we drove literally an 8-hour round trip drive time and then maybe spent an hour or 2 out there. So roughly it was about a 10, 12-hour, 11-hour day potentially at a place in Nevada called Pahrump, Nevada, which is a good 4.5 hours one way, as the crow flies, as we say. But yeah, I mean, it was a great deal. I mean, 2 of these for the price of that, and these kayaks here are fish-ready setup. You have your units here to where you can actually, here, let me get a little bit closer for you. You have your units here where you can actually stow your fishing poles, okay? You have your back port to put stuff in. Sorry about that. Your seat. You have your front port to stow stuff in. And then you have here on one side to connect a pole holder, which, again, it's incredible. And then, of course, up front, if you want to stow more stuff. The disadvantage about out here is that the heat can cause a lot of issues with the elasticity of the line. So that probably would have to be replaced out. But other than that, it's not bad. Alan asked me, how deep is the deepest part of the lake and where you go fishing? Alan, I'll be honest with you. I believe I've heard at one point 150 feet. It might even be deeper than that. It could very well be deeper than that, but I believe I've heard at one point it was 150 feet deep. Of course, I would probably imagine it's even deeper, though, at some point. Because there are certain areas that where I fish, it can be anywhere from 15 feet all the way down. So, yeah, I believe it's 150. It might even be more. I'm not sure. That is a good question, though. You know what? That's a homework assignment that I need to do. Thank you for asking that. It's a great question, Alan. Appreciate that. You know, next time when I do a live, you come back on, ask me that question. I'll have an answer for you. I'll have an answer for you. Trying to adjust that camera here. So yeah, I mean, all kinds of fun stuff coming up this season. I'm glad that finally get back in the game per se. I know that they've been doing a lot of tournaments out at the lake here where I live. Mojave Lake, surprisingly, has a lot of tournaments that they fish for out here. A lot of them. Oh, that's it reminded me what I wanted to say earlier. I just remembered that. So there are two challenges out here in Arizona State where we're at right now. That one, there's the Bass Challenge, and two, there's what they call the Trout Challenge. And I don't know if it's specific to Arizona directly or if it's nationwide. But I think from what I've been hearing, it may be specific to Arizona directly. But the nice thing about it is this: is that one, it doesn't matter how you catch them as long as you take a photo of them. Two, there is no time period. You take as long as you need to till you get all of them. So the one with the Bass Challenge is this. There are 5 or 6 types of species of bass in the area here that if you're able to catch all of them and take photos of them, submit them to Fish and Game with the application process, they will send you a certification stating that you have met that challenge and did it successfully and send you a t-shirt of that challenge. The next one will be with the trout. If you do the trout, the same concept, where you take the pictures of it and submit it with the application that you do online, and you meet all the requirements of, they send you again a certificate of completion that you did that challenge and was successful, and they send you a sweatshirt for it. So the cool thing about that, there is no time period or frame for that. You could take a year, 2, 3, whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as you get them all and submit them with pictures, you're golden. Solo says, don't forget the gummy worm challenge. No, we will not. Fergie, if you're still out here, my friend, Ferg was eating a lot of his bait. I can honestly say I think Ferg likes gummy worms. Me not so much. I'm not a fan of them, but yeah, that night we had to try it. We had to try something different, my friends. We both got skunked, but it was okay. We had a great time doing it. It was just about having fun and doing it. Now, the new challenge that I decided, I'd say, hey, Mike, you pick the date, you pick the time. Let's figure out when we want to do it, and we'll do this new challenge. So I believe the new challenge is going to be orange peels and marshmallows. Yeah, I believe it's going to be orange peels and marshmallows. That's going to be the new challenge that we're going to try. So we're going to see how that works out. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. He won that challenge. He ate all the worms. He had no bait left. You know what? Mike was telling me that he actually saw YouTube videos where guys were catching them on gummy worms. But I mean, I don't want to say, but it kind of makes you wonder if they didn't impregnate the gummy worms with some special kind of bait mix or bait scent or something for them to bite, because just gummy worms, I don't know. I mean, hey, it's possible. I know that we did it and we got skunked on it. So yeah, no. I think maybe they impregnated the actual bait that they were using. Speaking of bait, I am looking to catch a carp. Oh gosh, get them all the time. Another senior moment. I have on my Amazon page the carp pack bait holder. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, I've been looking at Amazon to get some of those. They look really cool. They have the ability of putting a lot of pack bait in there and holding on tight with that. I've seen people use panko crust, breadcrumbs. I've seen people use cornflakes. I've seen people use masa, corn, all kinds, oatmeal. I've seen all kinds of stuff used. I'm intrigued, especially for carp or catfish. There may come a time, and I'm just going to throw it out there, just because I watched a video of Sin City Outdoors, there may come a time that I may dare myself to catch a small carp, not a big one, a small one, just to try and see how it tastes. Adrian Jr. made a good point on Sin City Outdoors. He says that they tend to get a bad rap as being a crap fish because they're bottom feeders. Let's see here. Solo says, are they like method feeders? They might be, Solo. I believe they might be. They're kind of about yay big. They come in various sizes. You make your pack bait. You just crunch it all up in there. Force it all in, stuff it in there, and then you have your corn at the end of the leader, and then you toss it out there, and then it's supposed to work. Hey, Mike, you're still here. Yeah, no worries, buddy. No worries. Hey, Mike, we ultimately decided that you won the gummy bear challenge because you ate all the bait. So you ultimately won that challenge. But yeah, I think that's something I may want to try just to see how it tastes. Um, they say it tastes like chicken. Now, the thing that kind of impressed me was that they cleaned it out, and then what they did instead of descaling it, they left everything on there. They were stating, in a sense, that the scales on the carp acted like a pan, in a sense, that you were cooking the meat inside the pan. And when they put it on the actual coals, about maybe 20, 25 minutes each side, and it cooked through and through. They did very minimum seasoning, salt, black pepper, maybe a couple of other items. That was it. But according to what they said, it tastes like chicken. So I'm curious now to see exactly what it tastes like. Solo says carp, carp have Y bones. Once you learn to cut around them, you're good. Oh, no kidding. So I'm definitely going to have to be doing some YouTube exploring on how to fillet carp out, or not fillet them out, but cut around that. Because the way they did it was they cleaned the insides out completely, gutted it and everything, and just left everything intact and cooked it in the actual the way it was. So I'm curious to see how that works. Alan James says, I've always had good luck with the Sunny Select biscuit dough. You know, the one that comes in a can. Are we talking about the kind of dough that pops out like that? Is that almost like the Pillsbury dough, or is that something different, Alan? Something different than that. Oh, you know what? You gave me another idea, Alan. Thank you, Alan. I need to try that carp bait. Alan got carp bait? What? Am I missing something here, Mike? Alan's got carp bait? Yeah, so that's probably one. That's probably going to be one that I want to personally do for me as a challenge to see, catch a small carp, gut it out, clean it up, and then try it that route just to see how it tastes. Because they say it tastes like chicken, but I want to know. I'm curious now. I ain't scared. I'm going to give it a try. I am going to give it a try. Solo says the canned dough biscuit bait he mentioned. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Mike says, I'm jumping in late. Thought he was talking about the dough to catch carp. Well, Mike, you can use, from what I've heard, you can use masa like they do for uh, tamales, or you can use oatmeal. You can use panko breadcrumbs. You can use all kinds of stuff that they can make that. However you choose to flavor it with the corn. I saw, was it Fish and Money? They do oatmeal, pineapple, corn, strawberries, and some other stuff, and that's how they make their pack bait for their carp. Now the oldest brother, not Sheldon, but there's Lawrence Sheldon, and then the oldest one. I think his name is Ennis. I could be wrong though, but he is actually the big time carp catcher. He loves catching carp. Carp are a lot of fun to catch though. Mike says, cool. I need to get one of those bait pack things. Yeah. Yeah. Me too, Mike. I actually have him on my, I actually have him in my shopping cart on Amazon. So going to check him out. There's something else that I'm going to order that when I get them, I'm going to show you guys that my friend Jim shared with me. That's going to be a benefit for lures. So when I order that too, I'll go ahead and show that to you guys also. Oh, there you go, Texan. Yeah. Bread dough works. You just take regular bread and just make it to where it's like doughy. There you go. Awesome. Folks, give me just a second. I'm going to get the power pack for the phone here real quick. I got it at the back of the boat. Man, I'm so glad I got that new prop on that boat finally. So glad that was finally able to get done. So they were talking about. Oh, that must be something that maybe sold where you guys live then, because I don't think I've ever heard it here. Folks, I'm getting a little bit of power set up for the phone here, so bear with me if you don't mind. Here we go. Good little go-go juice to the phone. Ah, we have power. We have power. Folks, you guys still have audio? Can you let me know if you can still hear me okay? So that bread dough in the tube actually stays on the hook really well. Okay, cool. Awesome. One of the benefits about experimenting with bait is, man, there's so many things that you get to try. You know, I mean, let's face it, fish can be very finicky, as we all know that for sure. Sometimes day one, they may like what they like, and the day two, like, yeah, I want nothing to do with it. Folks, can you guys tell me, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio okay? I just did a power charge, that's it. Hopefully it didn't change anything. I can't believe it's 80 degrees out here today, man. But you know what's even more awesome? There's no wind. I have no wind out here today. It's literally calm. Definitely a great day to be on the water for sure. Folks, I want to say thank you so much for joining the channel tonight. Appreciate you guys being here, man. Love having you. Great conversation. We were having so much good conversation tonight. Appreciate that. You know, I actually was able to actually go out and get some new gear too. I want to find out if one of these days I would like to sit down and do a video or a live, just kind of break down some of the content material that I use when I go fishing at. A lot of the stuff I'm still learning how to use it, as far as the different types of baits and stuff like that, or lures. So it's pretty exciting how that stuff is going to work out. Let's see what else we got here. What else do we got here? Hey guys, check this out. For those who like to catfish, this is what you want right here. This is almost a product, it's called Primo's Blood, I guess. This kind of reminds me of what this used to be. It used to be a product called Hog Wild. And yeah, something to that effect. It used to be called Hog Wild. It's good stuff. But this one's called Primo Blood Super Sticky Catfish Bait Dipping. I guess the stuff is supposed to work really well also. Really well. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. I haven't smelled this in a while. Probably going to regret it. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Folks, for the life of me, I don't know how catfish like this. I really don't. Hey, Whitney, how are you? Yeah, no. Okay. Once was enough. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Oof, oof. Okay, cats must really love this stuff. They really do. Woo, man. That's foul. It must be good stuff if they like it. Check this out. Here's another good option. Dried mealworms. Yeah, dried mealworms, indeed. Good stuff. Good stuff. See what else we got over here. Yes. You know what, guys? I actually been getting into a lot of The scents, shad scent from Yum. Been getting into a lot of this for sure. Using this quite a bit. This one here, I don't really know what the flavor of this is, but apparently the fish love it. But I have one, not by Tinks, it's another company, but it actually is garlic flavored. And that one seems to work really well. I've actually had hits on the other one. Not sure what this is though. They say concentrated long range formula. Okay, but it doesn't really tell you what flavor it is. I mean, is this another version of WD-40? I don't know. They say that WD-40 actually works too, but I don't know if I would use that. I really don't know. See, where's the other one at? There's the other one at. Oh, here we go. No, it is Tinks actually. My mistake. Now this stuff is pretty good. This is the Tinks garlic flavored spray. Pretty good stuff. So I use this quite a bit. I will use it to, a lot of times I'll use this on my anchovies. I'll even use it on other types of baits. Probably even, like say, if I'm going trout fishing, I might even spray this on the actual smaller type bait, power bait. But a buddy of mine, Jim, told me what really works good for trout is going to be your yellow garlic flavored power bait with your purple nymph flavored power bait. Those two seem to be the winning ticket. That's what caught that pound and a half or almost 2 pound trout that night that I went out live. Yeah, it was good stuff. Hey, Whitney. If I didn't say hello. I saw your name again. Maybe I did. I just didn't want to be disrespectful if I didn't. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about the flavors to see how they work. Indeed. They seem to work well. So check this one out. This is a new one that my friend Jim gave me. Whoa, didn't mean to break that one. This is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. Little plastics. Chevy, how you doing, my friend? We are doing good. We're doing really good tonight. A little small, they're a little rubber type right there. And it came with, now this one actually has, I'm going to have to sit down and research on how these works, because if you notice at the very tip of there, that is a magnet on that. And it's supposed to work to where the fish will be, yeah. I have to do more research on it. Jim told me how this works, and I don't remember, but he said that these work really well where it doesn't cause a lot of issues when you're catching your fish as far as that. Let's see, that's a nice boat you have. Well, thank you, Chevy. I appreciate that. That's my 16-foot crust liner, 60 horsepower outboard motor. Thank you so much. We had to do a prop change on it tonight, Chevy. We had to change out the old prop that was beat up and beaten down. Put a brand new one on it. This is what it had on it. But now she's got a brand new one on it, so she's ready to go. Ready to go. So, well, folks, I appreciate each you guys checking in tonight. It means a lot to me to have you here watching the channel. I know probably some of you guys where you're at living right now, the weather's still cold. So wherever you may be, please stay warm the best that you can. Anybody get any ice fishing in, just out of curiosity? Because I know certain parts of the state are still experiencing winter conditions. Grumpy Bass, how are you, sir? Thanks for joining tonight. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I know that certain areas, certain states out there right now are still dealing with ice and snow. Just curious, anybody got any ice fishing going on tonight or today or anytime recent? Grumpy, thanks for joining just recently. You did, man. Tonight I was out here doing a live on how to change out my prop on my boat. Hey, Jim, how are you, buddy? Glad you can make the channel tonight, sir. We're doing good, Grumpy. Thank you. I was just sharing with everybody. I had to change out the old one to put the new one on. So, yeah, it was time. It was time. I'm actually surprised that boat even moved. I really am surprised it did. It went anywhere. It was like literally limping. Oh, Rody was a bust, Jim? Oh, my gosh. So I kind of wonder. So a buddy of mine was telling me that normally here where we live, there's 2 locations that they will normally stock for trout. And Tuesdays are supposed to be every other. Last Tuesday, they didn't stock at the one end that we thought they were. And it was at the other part. Today, I don't think they stocked anywhere. So Jim was just telling me that the trout bite has been really slow. Really, really slow. That's okay. I mean, it's that time where trout are relatively a cold water fish and the waters are temperatures are starting to go up higher now. So maybe they're not going to stock as much now because of the warmer weather's coming. That's what I'm thinking. You never know. I mean, Fish and Game are going to do what they got to do, you know? But we are getting ready for the bass pre-spawn, which I'm pretty excited about. And the nice thing about that is we'll be able to have that activity on the boat since the boat's going to be up and running. So I'm pretty excited about that. I will probably head up to a town called Kingman, Arizona. It's about maybe 45 minutes. Nothing at either park, Jim? Then I bet you anything they didn't stock, Jim. I bet you anything they did not stock today then. So they may be shutting it down for the season on that, Jim. That's what I'm thinking. So, folks, you may not be seeing the comments that Jim's given me. He's actually texting me via phone. He does watch the live, but he texts me via phone. So that's why a lot of times if you see me answering or talking, that's going to be him via the phone. But yeah, they may not be stocking at that point. But again, I really truly think they're going to start slowing down. But that means the new season's kicking up. Alan says they closed the lakes around here, some of them, not all of them, for the season. Well, they close the lakes. Is it due to extreme weather, Alan? Is that why, or that's just what Fish and Game does? So tomorrow I'll probably be heading up to Kingman, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from where I live. I need to get the boat registered with the 2027 tag legally. So it's good, and it's going to expire at the end of this month for 2026. So got to get it up and running before the 2027, the next month of March kicks in. So I'm legal. Got the sticker already for the season pass for the lake, so we're good there. It's definitely good to go. Let's see here. Alan says they close them like a week prior to a fish. Oh, so you guys are having fishing tournaments going up there then? Okay, that explains that then. That explains that then. There's a bear. Where? How you doing, Ford Wrangler? Hey, No Templates. How are you? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you joining the channel tonight. I think we our lake here is actually going to have 1 or 2 more. I think they're getting ready to come up for another tournament, even on our lake here on Lake Mojave. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Well, we're doing good. Thank you for it. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think they're actually getting ready to do a tournament here on our lake, also Lake Mojave. It seems to be the consensus throughout the United States, where certain states are starting to do their bass tournaments. I guess it is. That's what I'm thinking. Well, Jim, that might be contingent though on that state, though. Jim's right. Tournaments should not shut down lakes, but again, that may be a state by state case. I'm thinking, Jim, because the gentleman was just telling me that they shut his down prior to the lakes for the tournament, so that could be a state by state thing, maybe. Not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I don't know. I'm just saying that could be. Let's see, I'm good. What's my PR? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ford. My PR? Not sure. Do you mean PB? Personal best? Let's see here. Alan says, yeah, one of our bigger fishing tournaments we have out here is Striper Derby tournament. And they actually closed the lake down for a Striper tournament, Alan? Oh, no problem. My personal best? Okay, yeah, I got you. Ford Wrangler wants to know what my personal best is. For a carp, almost 12 pounds, going on 13. Cat, almost 7. Striper, about 5. Smallmouth bass, about 5. Yeah. I mean, I've caught a lot, but those are probably my biggest of all. So, yeah, I'd have to go with that. So, hey, Ford, do me a favor. If you haven't had a chance to check out my videos, go to my playlist. You'll get to see all those good videos on them, man. Yeah, I got quite a few videos on my playlist. In fact, I'm getting probably add more. So, yeah, shows them all. Shows them all my at least 90% of them. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Ford. So now this year, I hope to have a personal best on cat, carp, and striper because out here they get huge. Gentleman that I follow out of California, SoCal Outdoors, he's pulled out 20 plus pound catfish out of Lake Havasu. Let's see here. Alan says, yeah, because they get over 2,000 boats. Oh boy, that's a huge tournament. No kidding. Wow, that's probably why they shut it down. Okay. So Jim, I don't know if you see that or not. Alan says they get over 2,000 anglers out there, 2,000 boats with anglers out there. So that's probably why they shut it down. But Jim's right, though. Normally they don't have to shut them down. I know they don't shut them down here where we are. But like I said, it might be a state by state. Gotcha. Gotcha. Jim says yes. Folks, you might see Jim occasionally on my channel. He comes in every so often. We fish a lot together. That's true. Jim's correct on that one. It's still public water. You know, that's a good point, Jim. Ford, I think it was you that said it. No, Alan. Jim was saying that the lakes that you guys have, they're still public lakes, yeah? So how did they legally get away with shutting them down during the tournament? If it was a private, I could see that. The public, I don't know. I didn't think that was allowed. Now that Jim mentions it. Because I know when we have our tournaments out here on our lake, it's wide open. You know, I mean, you're fishing tournaments, but people are still going to be out there fishing. Now, out here, I've heard of people getting angry because you're catching bass while they're tournament fishing. But the reality is, the water's open. You don't own the bass. That's my logic on it. It's all about that proper sportsmanship, you know? It's all about that proper sportsmanship, indeed. So yeah, my goal this year is to get a lot of fish, but definitely the biggest fish from what Jim was telling me, I think the biggest one he said caught striper wise was 75 pounds. That's a monster size striper, huge. Catfish, they get pretty big out here too. I can imagine they probably get anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds or even more sometimes. My biggest today, 67 pounds on a cat, Jim. Ooh, that's big. That is big. That is huge. Something that big, folks, I'll tell you, I won't even keep it. I'll catch it and release it. I figure if it's that big, it's had its right. Oh, striper. No kidding? I thought the striper was 70 some pounds, Jim. Let's see here. Alan says it's up to the Department of Fish and Game if they want to keep them open or close them down for them. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. So I figured it might be something to do with that. Okay. That's a shame that they close it down for a tournament, though. But every state's different, right, Alan? Every state's different. Now, I know out here recently, they just upped the ante on striper out here. If you're on the lake, there is no limit. And I believe now that we're allowed to catch 25 catfish daily on the lake. The river, the laws still apply. They've upped a little bit, not that much. I think there's still either 7 or 10 on the river for striper. Yeah, I think Jim was sharing that with me also. But yeah. 10 on the river, Jim? You got it. I knew it was 7 or 10. I knew it was one of them, buddy. That's why I like Jim chiming on me because sometimes I'll forget. He's right there to remind me. Oh, yeah, it's that. Appreciate that, my man. Appreciate that. Let's see here. What time is it here? Oh, wow. Folks, it's been amazing. Hour and 40 minutes. Ever see a 16-pound? No. Jim just asked me, have you ever seen a 16-pound trout? No. They even get that big? Holy cow. Folks, could you imagine landing a 16-pound trout? No. I mean, yes, if I could, I think that would be freaking awesome. That would definitely have to go on the wall. I'm sorry. Anything that big would have to go on the wall. Lake Mojave record. No kidding. Wow. Man, I sure hope that person who caught that thing put it on the wall, man. That is definitely worth keeping. Indeed. Whew, man, a 16-pound trout. I would have that thing boop, right on the wall. Yes, you would. I know you would, Jim. I would too, buddy. I would too, my friend. Oh, God. I would love to have a giant-sized striper on my wall, a giant-sized cat, a giant-sized trout, and a giant-sized bass. That would just complement it all right there. That would come, and a nice big buck, whether it's a 4x4 or even an elk, something. I have 2 pheasants right now, and I would one day like to get my, Jim laughs. I would love to have 2 ducks on my wall and all the big game that I could imagine I would love to have. Ford Wrangler says, we have trout that big here in. Now, Ford Wrangler, where are you from, my friend? Where are you watching from tonight? The Ulatah Basin? Where's that at? Is that up north, like in Washington or something? Or are you in the Midwest up high, up north? Excuse me. I do apologize for that. Whew, that came out of nowhere. The Ulatah Basin. Man, I'm curious. Where's that from? Oh, you live on the border of Colorado. So is it Colorado, Utah, or up farther north? I mean, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I respect that. So you're close to Nevada, to Colorado, then. That's okay. I'm not familiar with that area, but that's okay. You don't need to let me know. North Rim. We talking? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Jim, I'll catch your images when we get off the live, buddy. He's just sending me a bunch of images. Holy cow! You know they're fishing too. Jim, I'll check them out for sure, buddy. You got it. Whew. Okay, I had a feeling it was either Utah or Colorado. I knew it was one of them, buddy. Nice. That's some beautiful area up there, man. You're real fortunate to live in that area. Oh, they're deer? No kidding? Wow. Jim, I do miss bow hunting for deer. That I do, man. I got to make it happen this season. You got it, my friend. Jim says, do it. You got it. My wife says the same thing, Jim. Just do it. You know what I think I need to do? I've got one light already up, one of these fluorescent LED type light, but LED light, not fluorescent. I need to put another one back there. That way at night, it lights up the entire walkway here. That way, if I ever want to come out, like say, tinker on the boat or something, let's go fishing. Let's do it. If I ever want to tinker on the boat or something at night, I need to die. At least I can have a lot of lighting up here. Got to put my American flag back up again, too. The one that I had when I first moved here got so frayed and tattered that it's been up there for so long. It's time for me to replace it. Replace it for sure. Well, folks, probably going to have to shut the live down early tonight because I've got to be up at 2:30 in the morning. My schedule changed. till Friday. I have to be up at 2:30 and be at work by 4 a.m. So it's only till Friday, and I'll go back to regular routine. As of May, though, things are going to change. So be doing a lot more content on YouTube for sure, which I'm excited about. A lot more time out there fishing and such, which is going to be nice. But again, folks, I just want to say thank you so much for joining the live this evening. Much appreciated. Um, couldn't have done this without you guys. Was able to get the prop taken care of today. Got the new one put on, which I'm pretty happy about. Loving it. And just one step closer to getting things done. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. More fishing. Yeah, there you go, Jim. More fishing. Yeah, we need to do a lot more fishing for sure. There's a lot of spots that we can hit out there for sure. We need to find them, get those big trophies. But I was like I was saying though, I mean, appreciate each and every one of you following me tonight on the channel and for your dedication and your commitment to helping me grow. Much appreciated. I was able to reach over that 3,000 hour mark now. I'm working on that 4,000 hour. I think I only need like 940 hours to go. So folks, if we could knock this out in the next 2 to 3 months, if not sooner, I'd be ecstatic. I really would be, because I just want this channel to grow, grow, grow. So again, folks, thank you so much. Wherever you may be this evening, fishing, out with family, whatever the case may be, please be safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And, whatever you do it well and enjoy it, fishing, hunting, whatever the case may be. Take care of you guys' self out there. So I appreciate everything. Let's see here. Oh, no problem. Take care, D Hall. You bet. It was a pleasure. Always a pleasure talking with you guys. All right. Have a great night. The rest of your day. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. No template. Appreciate that. Folks, I don't like normally cutting live short because I enjoy hanging out, but reality is 2:30 does come off early in the morning. But again, always a pleasure. But folks, again, thank you so much for your commitment to the channel. Be safe out there. And as I always say, I'll see you guys outdoors. Take care and have a wonderful evening. Good night, everybody.